Hey, you guys, as you know, we're in a crazy seller's market right now. So let's take a look at property histories, how these sellers are killing it. So in Jupiter, Florida, prices can range from 200,000 to 38 million. It's such a diverse city. So let's start with the highest ones and work our way down and look at the histories. So this beautiful home on Beach Road in Jupiter, looks like Jupiter Island. Um, Pretty, right? Gotta love that. Sorry about that. Very artsy fartsy, and oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. I'm not gonna go through all the pictures of every home, but this one just caught my eye. Yeah, I could live there. What about you? Okay, so let's look at the history on this one. Detail, history. So in 2007, it was for sale for 15,900,000. They couldn't sell it, it looks like. In 2010, they listed it for 10,900,000. It didn't sell. Then they went down to 6,900,000. Wait, 9 million less, and that expired. Oh, they did get a buyer apparently. In 2014, someone paid 6,500,000 for this property. Now they went to sell it for 37 million in 2017, 3 years later, from 6 million to 37 million. And then they canceled it and they tried 29 million and expired. So now they couldn't sell it at 29 million, but they're going to try and sell it at 37 million because of this crazy market. Isn't that insane? Wow. All right, so let's go to the next property history on Regatta Drive in Jupiter. 17,500,000 is the asking price. So they bought it for 4,700,000 in 2000. This is a little confusing. All right. Oh, so somebody else bought it for a million more in 2006. So they went to sell it again and it canceled in 2010. So now they raised it 10 million, 10 million in 2016 and it expired. Then they tried to sell it at 12 million and they canceled that. And then the listing expired after 188 days on the market. And then 171 days on the market, still trying to get that 12,750,000 for all these days. Look how many days. Now they listed it for in 2021. They're like, well, we couldn't get 12,750 last year, but this year is a whole new ball game. So let's raise it to 14 million. And that was in April of 2021. And then they canceled it at 14 million and said, screw this, let's get 17 million for it in, oh my goodness, the same month. And so now it's for sale for 17 million. Should we take a peek? It's in Admiral's Cove. Oh, it is gorgeous. Let's see the pictures. Oh, look how pretty. They may get their 17 million. That's gorgeous. Yeah, a lot of celebrities live in Admiral's Cove. I once showed a Yankee Pictures house there. Very pretty. And you have your own boat dock. This could sell for 17 million. Who knows, right? All right, so let's not get off track. I want to go to the next one. This is the entire building. The entire building is for sale, 22,000 square feet. There's 4 stories. How many units? 4 units, 4 stories. So each story is a separate unit. And they're asking 16 million for it. Oh my gosh, look at the HOA, 2,200 a month. Who's going to buy this? It was built in 2007. Breakers Sound. Map. Right here on the beach. Look at that. Is it oceanfront? Might be. Oh, I know where that is. Okay. Yeah, beautiful area. So anyway, back to history. Don't let me get lost in this. Okay, so they paid, no, we don't know what they paid. This is what them trying to sell it, because they tried to sell it at $5,700,000 in 2008, but it expired after 366 days on the market. So they dropped the price to $3,400,000, and it was on the market for 592 days unsold. So they dropped the price again to $3,200,000, on the market for 1,051 days, still unsold. Now, well, we couldn't get $3 million in 2015. Let's list it for $16 million in 2018. Why does it say 2018? Isn't that weird? They must have took it off the market and put it back on again, because it's only 972 days on market. So everyone wants to take advantage of this seller's market. So shoot, why not make 13 million extra, right? Okay, so let's go to the next one. Commodore Drive. And this one, oh, that's a gorgeous home, by the way. All right, let's look. Look how pretty. Oh, I think I know this home. Look how gorgeous it is. Okay, yeah, that's the home. It had a stiletto bathtub. Pretty sure this is the home that's owned by a man who owns a lot of strip clubs. And there was a funny story about this home. It's been on the market for a while, but I think he had a bad breakup with his ex. And what happened was he bought the house next door to her just so he could put a basketball court in the backyard, with the backboard being a giant middle finger. So every day when she wakes up, must have been a really bad breakup. Every day when she wakes up and looks out her window, she sees a giant middle finger, and there was nothing she could do about it because it was his property. He bought the property just to do that. I remember seeing that article. I thought it was hilarious. So anyway, let's look at this history. He bought it for $1,600,000 in 2009. Then he put it up for sale in 2017 for almost $7 million. And it's been on the market for a real long time. Look how many years, trying to get $6,500,000 from 2017 to 2019. Now, hell, I couldn't get $6 million, but I'll try for $9 million more. So I'm putting it on the market for $15,500,000. People are really taking advantage of this seller's market, right? But it is a gorgeous home. You got to give them that. That stiletto tub is outrageous. So, all right, let's go to Jupiter, Florida. And 13,750,000. Actually, they're all in Jupiter. So they tried to sell it at 10 million in September of 2020, less than a year ago, and it expired. They couldn't get 10 million, but now they want 13 million a year later. 253 days on the market. They might just get it. I mean, sellers are getting away with outrage these days. Want to see it? Oh, pretty. It's like having your own island almost, your own peninsula. Oh, that is gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, I could live there. Yeah, Florida is the way to live, I think. I wish I came here when I was younger, young enough to go kiteboarding. Now I'm too old for that. So, anyway, let's go to Eagle Drive in Jupiter. Looks like, oh, it's in Admiral's Cove. Let's look at the property history. So they tried to sell it for 11 million in 2019 through 2020. Then they dropped it to 9 million in May. Oh no, it sold at 9,900,000 in May of 2021, and they listed it again right away after they bought it for 13,500,000. So they want to make a $3 million profit in 1 month. It looks like. Interesting, right? So it must be new construction because, yeah, I'm not sure if this is the actual. Maybe it is. Wait a second. Are they showing you the amenities? So these are the amenities, and it's a new construction house. Okay, I get it. Very pretty, very posh salon, massage rooms. Okay, so let's go to Mariner Drive in Jupiter. So this somebody bought for 5 million in 2005, and they have it on the market now. Oh no, somebody bought it again for 3 million in 2010. 11 years later, they're selling it for 9,500,000. Should we peek? Let's peek. Nice, right? Don't worry, I'm coming down in price. I'm just starting at the top and working my way down. I know it's hard to look at these homes sometimes because then you go home and you're like, well, where's my beautiful home? Okay, so anyway, this one is in the Bears Club, which is, I think it's owned by Trump still. A lot of celebrities live in the Bears Club. This one, uh, somebody bought it for 4,300,000 in 2011, and they put it on the market, but it was canceled for 4.7. Then it closed at 3.7 million in 2012. So they actually took a loss on that. And now the person who bought it for 3.7 million wants almost 9 million. Yeah. Location, 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 right? So let's go to Commodore Drive, Admiral's Cove. History on this one. Somebody bought it for 1,300,000. Tried to sell it for 1,600,000, but it expired. But then they got 3,400,000 in 2005, which was 3 years later. They listed it at 5.7 million after that, and it closed over that. Oh no, that's 3 years later. That one was canceled. Then somebody bought it for 6,600,000 in 2020, less than a year ago, like 8 months ago. Somebody paid 6,600,000, and now they put it on the market for 8,500,000. Why not make 2 million in 6 or 7 months, right? Should we take a peek? But this is why, like, I want to buy a house right now. And I'm so tempted. I mean, not one of these houses, obviously. I didn't win the Mega Millions yet, but I did win a million. That's a story for another day. Actually, it's a video in one of my videos on how I won the million. But anyway, yeah, I want to buy like a moderate priced home, but I don't want to get ripped off either in this market, so I'm waiting for the crash or the correction. Okay, very pretty, posh lifestyle, golf course, fitness center. Yeah, the whole 9 yards. Oh, it's the same place as the, what is that, salt room or something? I don't know. So, detail. Here we go. Take a look at that history. Now here's one, Eagle Drive. Here's an easy history. They paid $4 million in June of 21, and it's active for $8 million now. I'm a little confused of how they can make $4 million in 1 month. Oh, let me see what it looked like then. No, it's already developed. I thought maybe they bought the land, but no, it's already developed. So they are seriously going from 4 million to 8 million in 1 month. Taking advantage of the seller's market, I guess. Okay, so anyway, let's look at this 8 million property. So they paid, here's another one. It's got its own dock. It's pretty nice. But anyway, they paid $1,700,000 in 2002. 2006, they tried to sell it for $2,500,000, but it was canceled. It did sell close to $2 million in 2007. Then it sold again for $3.8 million in 2009. And then 2 years later, it sold for $3.9 million. Now they're selling it for $8 million. Wow, right? $9 million profit. Why not take advantage of this market? I mean, you could just retire flipping one of these homes, right? Want to take a peek? Okay. A little too close to the neighbors, though, but you got your own dock. Oh, AT&T's too slow. Let's go to the next one. So, Admiral's Cove. History. Oh, so they paid $660,000 in 1999. And then they sold it for $1,400,000 in 2001. 2 years later. Now it's only $8 million. It's been on the market 2 days now for $8 million. Should we take a peek? And get rid of that one. Five bedrooms, 2 baths. I hate that thing that pops up all the time. I wish I knew how to turn it off. The house looks ordinary for that price. I guess they're selling the community. I don't know. You never know. They might get it though in this crazy market. So here's Quayside Drive in Jupiter, $5,250,000 they're asking now. They couldn't sell it at 4.8, but actually that history isn't that remarkable. I don't know why I checked that one off. So this one is $2.5 million in 2014. They tried to sell it for cancel. So now in 2021, they have it listed for $5,100,000, but it's been on the market 273 days. Okay, here's one. Here's a long history here. What happened? 1,100,000. Someone paid for it in 2003. And it stayed in the 1 millions all those years. In 2017, they tried to get 2.7 million, but it canceled, expired. So nobody was buying it at 2.7 million in 2018. But it's 2021 now, so let's double that and ask for 4.2 million, right? And now let's go over here. So close at 1,780,000, and now they want 3,700,000, which is double from 2018 to 2021 on this home. Just a quick peek at the home. Okay. Must be a nice community because the home doesn't look like a $3 million home. Not to me, anyway. But location, right? So let's go to Marcinski Road, which is right by the beach, right by Juno Beach, where they allow the dog access. My favorite place. So 3.5 million. It looks like new construction. Okay, very white and grayish. Every home should have this, no? Where you can sun on your roof. What a waste of space. My next home should have that. So anyway, let's go to the history. Okay, so, this was all rentals. Somebody bought this property for 500,000, probably the land, and then they built the home and they put it on the market for 3,500,000. Now it says it's active at 40,000. That's probably the rental price to rent that home, 40,000 a month, because it's right by the beach. Probably. Let me take a peek, and it's probably a seasonal rental. Yeah, seasonal, 40,000 a month. That's a lot, right? Okay, so let's go to, we're going down in price now to 3.5 million. They paid $1,395,000 in 2009, and now they're looking for 3.5 million in 21. Next, I'm going to try and move faster so we can get through a lot of them. So this one is in Palm Beach Gardens and right next to Jupiter. So it looks like they bought it for $1.1 million. Now they're selling it for $3.4 million in the same year. So in March of this year, they paid him $1.1 million, and August of this year, they're asking $3.4 million. Should we take a peek? So on one flip, they want to retire. A lot of square footage, 4,200 square feet. Did they rebuild it? Maybe. It could be a rebuild because it does look like new construction. Okay. It's probably a rebuild. Okay, let's go to okay. Let's look at the history on this one. Where's history? They tried to sell it at 2.7 million in 2013, canceled, expired. They went all the way down to 1.8 million in 2019. They couldn't get 1.8 million, But now it's 2021 and they're looking for 3.3 million. Oh my goodness, right? So now you see why it's probably not a good time to buy now. I'm probably the only realtor saying that, but I'm not in it for the commissions. So this is Jupiter Country Club, very nice. Let's look at this history. Somebody bought it for $1.4 million in 2019, and now they want 2.8. So they want to make $1 million for profit in 2 years. And they probably will. Timing is everything. So, like, real estate investors know that there's going to be probably a crash or a correction every 7 to 8 years. It's like a cycle. So they know how to ride the wave, when to buy, when to sell. And anyone who buys now is probably going to regret it. When the correction happens, you're just going to get hit with, what? My property's worth what? And there goes your retirement fund, right? So anyway, here's Echo Drive. We're getting down in price now, 2.4 million. And that one's really not remarkable too. Oh, the reason why I clicked this one is because it's only 1 month. They want to make 300,000 on a quick flip. So from March of 21 to April 21, they're looking to make 300,000 on that property. And that is here in Loxahatchee Club. And they'll probably get it. How many days on market? Oh, maybe not. 103 days on market. They didn't get it yet. Wait a second. How could that be? Oh, because they listed it so soon that the MLS thinks it's the same listing even though it closed? That's what it looks like. Because it says here it closed here on this date. So the MLS didn't catch up to that yet. Okay. Anyway, let's go to 158th Street, Jupiter. And this one, in 2007, they paid $1,075,000. 2021, $2,497,000. Wait a second. 2014, it closed at $512. And then it went up 387%. That sounds a little fishy. Unless it was a rebuild. So that's in Jupiter Farms. Oh, it's huge. Almost 5,000 square feet. Yeah, Jupiter Farms, if you don't know, is like farm area. You can have horses. There's no HOA, but there's no city water and no sewer. So you have septic and well water. But some people just don't want to be bothered with the HOAs and the city, so they just want to live on their own terms. And I don't blame them. So this is Estates of Sims Creek. History. Where's the history? Come on. Look at this history. So they've been trying to sell it for $279,000. Somebody bought it at $300,000. Then they flipped it and they made $310,000. Then they tried to sell it for almost $1 million the next year. All right, could this have been land? I have to look at this. Let me get rid of these while we're waiting. No pictures. The only thing I could think of is, how do you go from 300,000 in 2003 to 2,300,000 in 2021? And then close, unless these are rentals? No. Nobody would pay that much for a rental. This is really confusing me, this history. Let's look at, how did it close at 191,000 here? I don't get it. All right, I'm passing on that one. All right, 2.3 million is the asking. So that must have been a rental for $3,000 a month. 649 it expired at. Somebody paid $640 for this home in 2003, and they were renting it out for like $3,000 and $5,000 a month, probably depending on annual or seasonal. All right, then they sold it for $1.4 million in 2020. Now, 8 months later, they want to double that and sell it for $2,300,000. Let's see the pictures of this one. Very close to the beach. You could walk to the beach. Imagine what the homeowner's insurance is like on that home. Yikes. Probably about $25,000 a year, if not more, because it's so close to the ocean. Okay. Here's one in the countryside of Jupiter. So $998 they tried to sell it for in 2017, but it was canceled after 37 days. Now they want $2,200,000 because we're in a crazy seller's market. And this is in Burt Reynolds' ranch. Burt Reynolds used to own that whole like subdivision. Pretty home, right? Very rustic out there and quiet. Nice. I could see that selling at $2 million. Some people like the country. Just curious about the HOA. Oh, $586 a month is the HOA there. That's a little high, so that might like hinder the sale a little bit. Oh, they built it in 2020. That could explain things. History. So what was this for, the land? Let me see. No, it was actually already built. Okay, never mind. Back to our histories. This is Soda Drive in Jupiter. They tried to sell it at almost $2 million in 2010, no deal. Went down to $1.5 million, no deal. They tried to bring it up in 2021 to $1.7 million, no deal. But now it's 2021, so let's bring it up again to $2,199,000. Or if we can't sell it at double, let's rent it out for $28,000 a month. So they have it listed for rent or for sale. Okay, next we're gonna go here. Here's a $2 million property. They paid $1,200,000 in 2020, and I don't know how many months later they want to double their money and take advantage of this crazy market we're in. Also in Reynolds Ranch. Barcelona Drive, that's near Abacoa. And they're asking $2,100,000. Let's look at the history on this one. They tried to sell it at $839,000 in 2012, no deal. It closed at $700,000 in 2017. 4 years later, they want $2,100,000. How do you like that? 200% profit. Now here's $2 million is the asking price. They paid $1 million in 2014, $1,100,000, and now they're selling it for $2 million. And that's in Jonathan's Landing. The HOA is a little too high for me there, $765 a month. But they do have a lot of nice amenities. This one is looks like new construction. It's a blueprint, and they're asking almost 2 million. So that looks like they bought the lot for 47,000. Is that what that is? They tried to sell it for 459,000. It expired. Then they went down to 389 and it expired. Then they decided probably to sell it as a new construction home for 2 million. Not too shabby, right? That's how rich people get rich. Real estate. So this one is a different home, Leeward Way. This is in Palm Beach Gardens next door to Jupiter. And they couldn't sell it at $245,000 in 1999. Now they want $3,495,000 in 2021. Just curious, what did it look like back then? Oh, there's no photos, so back to here. So it closed at $1,000,001 in 2021. And let's take a quick look at the photos. I'm not impressed at $1,000,001. Must be the location. Or somebody is really passionate about having a place to park their boat. All right, so back to history. So how does it go from $1,000,001 to $3,000,004? It must be a rebuild. There's no way that house is worth $3,000,004 unless they rebuilt it. Aha! That's that new building. Okay. Gonna give you a pass on that one. All right, so let's go back here. Next one, Angelfish Lane, $1,000,005 is the asking price. It closed at $600,000 in 2017. Then they rented it out at $4,500 and $4,700 a month, and then now they want $1,549,000. So they're looking to make $950,000 profit in 4 years. And here's the report. Ocean Walk. Oh, nice real estate. Yep, it's a great location. Juno Beach is awesome. And let me see if we could get some quick photos here. Okay, it's passable, the home, but you're paying for the location to the beach. You know, the closer you get to the beach, the less you get for your money. And the homeowner's insurance is outrageous over there. Can't blame the insurance company. So let's go to Barcelona Drive, which is in Abacoa. Beautiful area of Jupiter. Big house, 4,300 square feet. And so they're asking $1,000,005. Actually, I could see that happening. HOA is $327 a month. Let's look at the history. They tried to sell it for $1,080,000 in 2006. Wow, somebody paid $675 for this house in 2016, and now it's $1,000,005 in 5 years. That's a good investment, right? So Xanadu Place in Jupiter. That must be the land, $35,000. That's a good price if that was the land. Somebody made a killing. All right, looks like 550, 575. They tried to sell it at $1,000,001 in 2008. They dropped it to $995 in 2008. Now they want $1,425,000. Where is Xanadu Place? Oh, right here in Ocean Walk. I could see this selling. Okay, let's go to, somebody paid $490 in 2002. They tried to sell it for $814 in 2020. They couldn't get 814 last year, but now they want $1,000,004. Price gouging. That's why I'm waiting. I'm not going to be price gouged. So Ranch Colony, 2161 square feet. And let's look at the history. They tried to sell it at $850 in 2018, and it didn't sell, but now they want $1,375,000, less than 3 years later. Next, Rudder Cay Way, which is in North Jupiter, close to Tequesta. And so they paid $570,000 for this house in 2018. Now they want $1,300,000. So in 3 years, they want to make enough money to retire. Not too shabby, and they will get it in this crazy market. Any photos for this $1,300,000 house? Yeah, I could see this one's probably gonna sell. But you know what? They're gonna regret it in a few years. Who knows? 2 years from now, this house might be worth like $600,000, and they paid $700,000 too much. So this one's in Abacoa. Okay, let's look at the history. They're asking $1,300,000. They only paid $530,000 for it 10 years ago. Nice. They'll probably get it. Back to Rudder Cay Way. They paid $514,000 in 2012, and 9 years later, they want $1,300,000. I'm going to try and move faster so we can get through all these. This one is asking $1,200,000, and wow, they couldn't even sell it at $260,000 in 2008. So the price went from $260,000 to $225,000 to $925,000, probably new construction. And they couldn't sell it at $925,000 in March, but 2 months later, only 2 months later now, they couldn't sell it for $925,000. They raised it another $300,000. Now this is in Jupiter Farms. Brand new construction, yeah. Nice. But we're in Jupiter Farms because, you know, some of these places are so deep in the woods. It's kind of scary. Yeah, that's very deep in the woods. There's only one entrance into Jupiter Farms, and that's Indiantown Road here. So you're driving through dark, desolate streets at dirt roads to get to your home. So I don't know that they're going to get that price, but who knows? I mean, these homes up here, this is the main road, so you don't mind being here. Although you're off the map over here too, because civilization starts at around here. So all these homes, at least they're close to the main road though. But to be deep in the woods and ask that price, I don't know. Even for new construction, I don't think so. So anyway, here's a history on another Jupiter Farms home. It closed at $547,000 in 2017, and 4 years later, they want to make a $500,000 profit, $400,000 profit, and they'll probably get it. And here we have Shearwater Drive in Jupiter. So this property sold a few times. The last closing was at $675,000 in 2013, and they want to make a $300,000 profit 7 years later. Not remarkable. And this one was purchased. We don't know what it was purchased at. They tried to sell it at $360 and $98. It didn't sell. Now they want $969. And this one, they couldn't sell it at $684 in 2019. A year and a half later, they're raising it to $950. That's typical of the way the market is going these days. Now here, $900,000. They bought it for $454. They're selling it for $900. And here's another one. They closed at $600 a year ago, and they want $859 now. And they'll probably get it. Why not make $250,000 in a year, right? If you can. So, Scrub J Drive. Okay. Scrub J. Who is J and why did he need scrubbing? Okay, now I'm getting silly. All right. 805 is the asking price. The history is they closed at 482 7 years ago. And now they want 805, so they want to clear 300,000. Not bad. Here's one, 157th Street in Jupiter Farms. They paid $170 for this property in 2020. 8 months later, they want to make $799. Okay, so they want to make $600,000 profit. Is it new construction? Maybe. Let's see. Too many windows open. Yeah, it looks like it's a new construction home. But you know what? It costs about, what, 200 to 250 a square foot to build a home. And so they bought the lot for 170. So they want to make 600,000. Let's see how many square feet the home is. The home is 2367 square feet. Interesting, right? Okay, so let's go to Mellon Lane, also in Jupiter Farms. $780 is the asking price. This home, I guess they bought the land at only $63,000 in 2002, and they tried to sell it for $189. It kept expiring. They went down to $99. They went down to $83,000, and then here it sold for $449,000. Is that when they built the house? Let's see. Sorry about the slow internet. I have AT&T. Okay, so it's probably they just built the house, 2,500 square foot house, and they bought it for $449. It says built in 15, and this listing, yeah, so it's new construction. Back to the history. But that's a serious profit they're going for here. They're selling it for $780 in 6 years. Well, they want to make $300,000 in 6 years. Way to go, right? River Park Drive in Jupiter. Now these homes, look at this. They couldn't sell it for $315,000 in 2003. In 2013, they sold it for $370,000. Then this person made a small profit and sold it for $529,000 in 2018. Now the buyer wants to make another profit of 44% by selling it for $765,000 in 3 years. So he wants to make $100,000 a year on that property. Way to go, right? Sellers know how to make a profit, right? So here's Ocean Trailway. It looks like a high-rise oceanfront. They tried to sell it in 09 for $425, then $400. Somebody paid $338 for it in 2010, and they tried to sell it at $555, but it expired. But now they want to sell it for $750 2 years later. And who knows, they'll probably get it. Shorewood Way. Now, I remember when these properties were in the 400s because I was looking at them myself. So they bought it for $485 in 2017. And 4 years later, they want $749. So they're looking to clear $250,000 in less than 4 years. And they probably will. All right, so Inner Harbor Way in Jupiter. I'm not exactly sure where that is. So they paid $177 in 1999, selling it for $735 in 2021. 300% profit. Now, $725, right? They paid $210 20 years ago. They tried to sell it at $700 and then they took it off the market in 17. Now they want $725. Honestly, I wouldn't pay $725 for that home because another one is on the market right now for, I think, in the 500s on the same street, same house. They're all cookie cutter, same house, basically. But, you know, they might get it because the market's so dry right now. Here we go. 415, same year. 5 months later, they want $699. Now that's interesting, right? What did it look like when they paid $415? Okay. It's only 1,200 square feet. Is it still 1,200 square feet at $699? It's still 1,200 square feet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, people are like tripping. Anyway, back to my list. Here's another one in Jupiter Farms. They paid $394 in 2015. 6 years later, they want to make a 70% profit at $669. Now this home, I went to see myself. So they couldn't sell it for $375 in 2014, but now they want $649. The problem with this house is it's way, way in the woods off the map. If it was closer to civilization, I would have bought that house at that price. Of course, I would have trimmed that, whatever that is. Mellon Lane, back to Jupiter Farms. It closed at $115 in 96. Now they're selling it for $625, 150% profit. No, 150% change from when they tried to sell it at $250. Now we have this one. They bought it for $410 and they're selling it for $615. Hampton Way. I totally remember one of these selling for $400, and I was like, how did that sell for $400? Because they were always in the 300s. Now they want $609 for the Hampton Way property. Oh, they paid $157 for it in 98. Now they want $609. Okay. They couldn't get $359 in 17, but now they want $599.9 in 21, and that is on River Terrace. Now this is Intracoastal Place. They paid $315 for it 2 years ago, and now they want $575. So they're looking to make $250 profit in only 2 years. It looks like these sellers are making 100,000 a year. The ones that bought in the last few years. So this one closed at 320 in March, and then they listed it at 575 just a few months later. 5 months later. They want to make 250,000 clear in 5 months on this place. It's a condo close to the beach. They'll probably get it. These, maybe they put new flooring down or something like that. I don't know. It looks like they might have done a little work. But it doesn't cost a lot on such a small condo to renovate. So it's a good buy, a good flip, right? And this is in Jonathan's Landing. Nice development. $610 a month. HOA is a little high though. History. So they paid $245 for this property in 2012, and they're selling it for $564 now. And this one is in Jupiter Farms. I think they're having trouble selling this one because it's wood frame. It's not made of concrete or cement block. So they paid $335 in 2018, and they're looking to make $200,000 in 3 years on that home. Now this one's in the Abacoa section, a 2-level townhome. That's one of the highest I've seen. So they paid, we don't know what they paid because they owned it for a while, but they tried to sell it at $380. They couldn't sell it at $380 in 2007. Now they're selling it for $510,000. Now here's a home in the Indian streets of Jupiter. That's what the section is called. They paid $200,000 in 2015. Now they want $500,000 in 2021. Now this is $500,000. They paid $280 for it same year. So they bought it in January for $280, and 5 months later they're selling it for $500. And next. So they paid $200 for this one in 2003. Now they're selling it for $500 in 2021. They paid $225 for this one in 2015. Now they're selling it for $452. It's now here's a high-rise beach condo at Juno Beach, $399. They paid in, now that's unusual. Oh, they paid $399 in 2020. Then they sold it for $233 in 2021. They took a loss. And the buyer wants $419 for it 3 months later. Interesting, right? Now we have Jupiter Dune Circle, $415 is the asking. They paid $240 for it in 2014. Roger Street. This one, they paid $255. They want $368. But look at the timing here. It's only a matter of 6 months. So they're looking to clear $100,000 in 6 months on this house. And they probably will, because that's actually a good price, $368 in today's market. Here's a townhome. They paid $169 in 2012, and they want $361 now. Jupiter Lakes Boulevard. We're getting down to the low prices. So we must be almost finished. So $269 is what they want. They paid $160. Next. 265 is the asking price. The same month they paid 150 for it. So in 1 month they want to make over 100,000. Hopefully they fixed it up. So this one, they closed at 82,000 and listed it for 260. This one, they closed at 61,000 and listed it for 250. But there's some years in between here, so. And here's a condo. They're only asking, now this one, they couldn't sell it at 290. It's active at 250. And the reason these are so inexpensive is because this is that development that was sued for shoddy building. I think that's the reason these sell so cheap. So I don't know if they ever remediated the problem or not. But San Matera, I think people, because of the bad press they got, I don't know, people were shying away from it. It's a nice, like, condo development, though. So if they ever remediated the shoddy building, you know, the prices are right here. Look at this, you know, condo for 250 near the beach. Come on. Not bad. But who knows what the deal is with that lawsuit. So we went through this whole list already. I hope this was helpful. So, you know, if you're buying, you might want to wait after seeing this, because I think a crash is going to be happening soon. And I personally am living in this apartment that I don't really like, but I don't want to be stupid either and buy something now when I can probably get twice as much of a house by waiting, you know? So that's where we are. So you just wait it out if you can. But if you're a seller, give me a call, because it's like a casino out there now. All right. Thanks for staying with me to the end. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because every 10 days I put out new lists of foreclosures, you know, and you know there's going to be a lot of new foreclosures coming out soon. All right. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.